Back on our Bella Early Edition, Amina Smith filling in for Trini. A bombshell for the Celtics less than a week before they start training camp. According to multiple reports, the Celtics are expected to suspend head coach Ime Udoka for a year for a violation of the team's code of conduct. Shams Charania and Adrian Wojnarowski reporting that Udoka had an improper relationship with a female staffer. Assistant coach Joe Mazzulla is expected to be named interim head coach. Chris Haynes reports that Udoka has no plans to resign. That leads us right into the daily thread. We've got our guy Eddie House here with us. And Eddie, you played for the Celtics in the past, obviously watched this team all last season. But first, let's go with your reaction to this story. What were your initial thoughts when you saw this come out earlier today?
No, I was shocked, and actually I learned about it last night, and I was like, what? I thought it was a joke. You know, you see stuff on your timeline. I was like, hey, what? Yeah, right. So then I started doing some digging and was like, oh, this is serious. This is pretty real. Unfortunate for the situation. Unfortunate for the guys, number one, because media day was supposed to be about, hey, everything positive moving forward. What are we going to talk about how we rectify how we fell off last year in the season, in the finals? What do we do to be better as a team? What did you do individually to become better to help the team? Instead, I think they're going to be bombarded with questions surrounding this. And I think that kind of puts a black eye on what media day sometimes is really about. A lot of fun, a lot of optimism. For me, I think it's just, kind of a gut punch to the team.
And when you take a look at this team last season, they were able to build a very special chemistry, something that they really worked on all throughout the season. How are you expecting this situation to affect them going into this season with the expectations that they have on their heads?
Well, I look at it like this. They should be on autopilot, right? Like what Kevin Durant and Kyrie said, we don't need a coach, right? But in all seriousness, you definitely need a coach. But I think they should be on autopilot. I don't think they need any more motivation than what happened last year. I think everybody has something to prove coming into this season. I think Jason Tatum has to prove that, hey, man, I was worthy of that All-NBA selection. Jaylen Brown has something to prove to say, hey, why were y'all even thinking about trading me for an older guy when you have somebody younger that's going to be I'm going to try to reach those same heights that he had and bring championships here to the Celtics. I want to be a lifelong Celtic. Marcus Smart with his decision-making, ball handling, with him being in trade rumors as well. Malcolm Brogdon coming in, being a part of a team, understanding what this is to get to the finals after Indiana and after being in Milwaukee and after being in Indiana and saying, hey, I have something to prove. Al Horford, something to prove. Saying, I got more tread on these tires. I'm not as old as everybody thinks. And Rob Williams coming back in saying, hey, man, I'm going to be 100% healthy. And with me 100% healthy, look at how I help put this team over the top. So I think they should be walking around with a chip on their shoulder. They should be on autopilot, but then it does come within the leadership role within that team. And it doesn't necessarily have to be a vocal leader. Sometimes it's a guy who shows and proves and things like that. I think we know that Marcus is the vocal leader, but then if guys step up, and this is a great opportunity for everybody to show that no matter what, this wasn't a fluke what they did last year.
And last season, this team was really marked by adversity, that big turnaround in the middle of the season around January. But how could this help the team maybe rally together even closer and focus more on that goal of going back to the NBA Finals?
I think that's the most important thing. This could either splinter the team, or they definitely are just going to galvanize with one another and say, hey, listen, it's us against the world off rip. We already got the targets on our back because we went to the finals. But that's why I say they have to have that chip on their shoulder. They have to be the guys that are going out with the bullseye on the other team's back. And while they think that they're getting hunted, they're actually the hunters. They're luring the prey in, right? And so I think that that's what they have to do. They have to take that mindset. And I think it starts up top. I think it starts with the two guys, Jaylen and Jason. And I think Jason is definitely have a lot to prove, after the finals, not being as consistent and not being as much of a factor as he probably would want to be. So I think what we're going to look at is this team is going to have to come together, and it's going to have to come within, and that's okay. A lot of times that's when teams play their best ball, is when they have to come together, when their back is against the wall, and it's a us against the world mentality.
You mentioned the situation in Brooklyn with Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving and the whole thing of them saying, hey, we don't even need a coach. We could coach ourselves. But how much is talent going to matter for this Celtics team versus who is sitting in that driver's seat as head coach this year?
I just think it's the message and the preparation, okay? So when you're in those tough times, do you really believe in what the coach is saying? And I think they do. I think those two guys, Jason and Jalen, the two leaders on the team, as far as, the main two guys, the stars on the team, they wanted him. So when you get the guy that you want, you have to be the voice for him. You have to make sure that everybody else falls in line whenever he talks. You can't allow him to say something and somebody else be like, I ain't listening to that. No, you have to smash that instantly and show that, hey, I got him. I'm fully supporting him, and everybody else will fall in line. That's the most important thing, is everybody going to fall in line, because I think pretty much they're going to do the same thing that they did last year. They have the recipe. They just have to go out and execute it. And the main thing is he going to prepare them to be ready for every game? And that's the thing that, for me, when I was a player, if my coach didn't have me prepared, then I didn't feel comfortable with him. If I was seeing a situation, I'm like, wait, we didn't even go over it. What is this about? But if he has you prepared 100%, then I think that they'll be fine, because they should have a chip on their shoulder, and they should have a whole lot to prove this season.
From a player's perspective, what's going down in the front office and how this is being handled, how do you start to view the front office after all this unfolds and when the dust eventually does settle?
I think you just got to go play. The front office is going to take care of itself, and you're going to have to take care of your business. Again, you got guys that are playing for future contracts. You got guys who are playing to prove that they belong, that they are who they are, and it wasn't a fluke what they did. So to me, I think it's more so on the players, and then holding each other accountable. Like, let's not look for you don't have to have a coach to bail you out. I think holding each other accountable, I think that was great about that 2018 that I was on. Everybody held each other accountable, and it went from the best player to the last guy on the bench.
Yeah, it's very curious to see kind of how this is going to unfold and how it is going to affect the players heading into this season. Eddie, thank you so much. Always a pleasure to get to hang out with you.